Okay. Here, let's do this. Okay. There you go. You just like a tight hug. It's a tight hug. Frida's itching on my leg. Okay, so it's no secret that this little peach guy has been our absolute favorite from our very first Kuni litter. He is some kind of feisty. So my Uncle Mike taught us to tuck their nose a little bit and give them like a nice soothing hug, but he's not having it right now. He likes a nice tight, this is how you snuggle a pig. You give them a nice tight grip, tuck their head and nose like in your elbow, which he's not really tucked right now, but they will calm down. But we've decided collectively between the four of us, 100% unanimous vote, that this little peach guy is our...
They do not like to get picked up.
They do not like to get picked up.
No, they don't.
Must feel super unnatural for them to be off the ground because they become such heavy creatures that like height is clearly an issue.
Yeah, they don't leave the ground.
So we've decided that we are going to keep this little guy. Oh. And he is going to be our barrow. He's going to live with Erickson when he gets bigger. So he will be castrated because he's not obviously going to be a breeder for us. But when the breeding is happening, then Erickson's with one of our sows. Ragna's still a gilt, but she'll eventually be a sow.
Yeah.
So Erickson will go with the sows, and then when he's not, for the pretty much the majority of the year, he's standing alone, and we don't want that for him. This girl is so wanting to go over to the hen house.
I want to weigh him.
Yeah. Okay. Scoot over, Mama. Scoot over. I'm trying to get to your babies. Trying to get to your babies. Like, they're getting big. They're sleeping. This is my favorite girl out of the litter. Yeah.
They get big quick.
Okay. She's so big. This was our little run. Oh. Like he's a chunker right now. You got big really fast. Caught up to all of the other ones, like no problem. Like he's just as big. Guys are so darn cute. He's really heavy. Like how much does this one weigh? Yeah, that one looks like you, Mama Frida. So we've decided that our little peach guy, we've decided that we are going to name him Bruno.
Hi, Bruno.
Dayton decided that his name needed to be Bruno. Dayton is obsessed with music. He listens to music all the time. And I think for him it was a no-brainer that his name was Bruno. So meet Bruno. He's going to stay with us on our farm so you can fall madly in love with him. We've also made another decision about the piglets. We've decided that all of the piglets that we are not keeping, so 7 others, so we'll have 3 boys and 4 girls, are all going to go to other homesteads. So in about a week, probably we'll put pictures up online and we'll post them for sale. And then they're going to go to some farms, wherever, other homesteads across the province of people that are looking for kunis. And then we'll be able to use the proceeds from those to purchase pork elsewhere from a butcher for our freezer. I think that's the best way that the English family can get the happy medium between producing our own food and still keeping our heartstrings attached. I think that's just like a really happy medium. And that might make me a faux fake farmer, but I'm okay with that. And the animals on our homestead, because we get to keep such a small amount based on how much acreage we have, I think ultimately this is the best way that we can do what we want to do and still have all the feels and be able to know that everything that's here means we can just love on it and we don't have to have some of the large commercial farm stressors that maybe we would have if we had more in production here on our farm. I hope that makes sense. But I think this is ultimately the decision that we're like, oh yes, I'm always covered in something. I think that this is just like the best happy medium for all of us. So these ones are exploring. Auntie Ragna is just enthralled with her little nieces and nephews. And these little chunkers, yeah, are having a nap. The one in the corner there is was our biggest girl. The runt, Chunky Muffin is that one. That was our runt. This one is, I forget, a boy? Yeah, this one was a boy. 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 Girl. And there must be a girl and a boy over there. So we've been weighing all of the piglets, and so we're gonna give Bruno a weigh right now. Last time when we measured him, I think he was 2.57 pounds, and it's been, I think, 3 days or so since we've weighed him, so I'm really curious to see what he's at, because he definitely looks like he's grown quite a bit. In fact, like, honestly, they feel like twice the weight when you pick them up, but I'm not sure that he's gained that much yet, but he's so big already. They grow so fast. He's so cute. Hi, Bruno. So Philip has zeroed out our scale with our basket we've been using. Oh my. 3.59, 3.6. Oh wait, he's gonna stay still. I think he's like 3.6 something.
Yeah, 3.6.
3.63. Well, you gained a whole pound in 3 days. Whoa, you little piggy. You. He's so angry.
He's very cute though.
Oh, he's so cute. It's okay. He wants to drink. How much does Chunky Muffin weigh? She was the biggest from the start. Okay, we're gonna weigh Chunky Muffin because she was the biggest to start. I think she was 3 pounds when she was born, so I'm curious to see. Her face looks like more grown up than the others.
Okay, so I asked on my socials what we should name her, and I called her Chunky Muffin in the video that I showed on my Instagram, and I think we're gonna stick with Chunky Muffin because she was a little Chunky Muffin.
Look at her face, like she's so cute. Oh man, she makes me want to keep her. Oh.
Okay,
we're gonna weigh Chunky Muffin. She was about 3 pounds. I think just shy or just at 3 pounds when she was born.
she's a chunk butt.
She feels so heavy. 4.8. 4.8. You're a chunker. She's almost 5. So Chunky Muffin is a whole pound bigger than Bruno. You really are Chunky Muffin. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I can't resist the temptation of keeping her. She's so cute. Okay, I'm sure you've probably already figured it out, but we've had more fun than you could possibly ever imagine having our first piglets on the farm.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it's been a squealing good time.
It's been a squealing good time. And I am now fully convinced that there is no cuter baby animal on this planet than baby pigs.
No, I would agree.
We're pretty addicted to them. They're very, very cute. So Mama Pig has done just an absolutely amazing job. Like, we are so unbelievably proud of Frida. Her very first litter, and she has just been an award-winning mother. And I had a good feeling that she was going to be a really good mother because she's obviously so affectionate and caring, not only with us, but she is very loving and affectionate with Erickson and Ragna. She really is sort of like the glue that keeps our trio so like loving and together. She's just besties with Ragna, and she's just absolutely smitten with Erickson, and they've just been like the best trio we could ever have asked for. And so first time keeping pigs, we raised her up from a little tiny piglet, and now we've gone full circle with her having her own piglets. So this has just been more fun, honestly, so much fun. And to think that we get to do this, you know, other times in the future is just absolutely incredible. That, you know, every once in a while now we're gonna have this cuteness on the farm, which we just cannot get enough of.
Okay, so this is the original disc, and this is the one that came in. It's much lighter, and it looks like it was 3D printed, where this one doesn't. So we don't know if this is gonna work. We don't know if this is gonna work. They sent 2, and then we also had to press in the spots where the screws go in. So we hope we did the right thing.
There were no instructions.
No.
There's just discs and these little gold pegs, hollowed out pegs, like little cylinders that had to go into the holes there.
So we don't know if it's going to work, but we hope it's going to work. And that's all we can do at this point.
So because we're going to see if this new disc is going to work, we're just going to use the original disc on the right and the new one on the left. And we're going to give it a whirl when we get it all together.
Philip's gonna have to map out a new spot because we put the fencing where the orchard is and we don't want to cut the orchard. So we want to let the cows eat it next week. So we're just letting it kind of grow and get a little bit more substance on it. But we need to map out just the front little hill in front of our front deck here and then just under those front trees. It's pretty much the only spot that we have to lawn cut now because we have goaties and we have horses and we have cows. So, I mean, if those aren't the cutest lawnmowers ever, I don't know what is. But it still means that it takes us, oh wait, Philip's the cutest lawnmower, I'm supposed to say. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, I got you flustered.
Oh, you got me all flustered, darn it. So we just really need to cut that front top hill. And that is just something that every single week or every other week takes time out of the schedule that we have as a busy family, that if we can just have the app send out Groundskeeper Willie on a schedule or whenever we hit for him to head out, it means that it's one more thing that we don't have to do so we can focus on everything that is more important and that we really want to do on the homestead. So I hope that we can fix this. Luckily, what broke is something that is a part that we can get because this is a very costly addition to the farm. And as I mentioned before, this isn't something that would have been in our family budget to spend this amount of money on a lawnmower. So we were so happy that they gifted this to us for a campaign. And so to be able to just replace the discs was about $140 just for those two little discs to come in for us. And I think that's a good fair trade to not have to have another lawnmower. So fingers crossed this works.
Each of these round discs holds 4 blades where each of the gold little circles are there. And we have replacement blades. So we're changing the blades out so we have nice fresh cutting blades. We've been running this lawnmower for almost a year using the same blades and it's been cutting perfectly fine until our disc broke. But we have these very sharp blades that go on each of these 4 spots here. And then they spin around. There you go, Phil's got the first one switched out already. So this was the original disc and then now we have fresh blades. So they need to be able to move. And that's part, not the disc, but just the blades. I need to be able to move, and that's one of the features on the lawnmower that cuts the lawn so cool.
Henry and Nora, they're enjoying just a beautiful day today. I can't believe how big their horns are getting. Like, look how long and thick Henry's horns are. Cows are so healthy, they're doing so good. I just absolutely love Nora's brindle color. And Henry is just the handsomest boy ever. Morning, Henry. Hey, boy. They love to dip and dive and go through these trails we've made them back behind. And then they head out into the woods and eat things they see. And then they eat things they see over there, which is so fun to see them out in the backwoods. Gonna be a warm one today, so we're just dumped our trough water from yesterday. We put fresh trough water in every single day. One of our meat chickens somehow managed to get its way outside. It's covered in mud now. Come on. They're going back in the chicken tractor today. The weather has warmed up. The meat chickens are way too big to be in their brooder, but it won't stop raining and being super cold at night. So when we had to save them in the middle of the night the other night, I put them back. So this was 36 hours ago. So the meat chickens are in with the baby chicks. So we're just doing our morning chores right now and they need to get evicted back to the chicken tractor. Oh my goodness. I tell ya, raising meat birds is a lot of work, but it will certainly be worth it. So right now Philip's doing a new mapping on the app so that he can have our groundskeeper Willie go exactly where we now need to have cut. I'm going to show you what the hill looks like, and then I'm going to show you at the end of today how good of a job groundskeeper Willie does. Philip always does a buffalo plaid cut for me, which is my absolute favorite to have the lawn like that. I just think it looks so good, and it doesn't look like you just cut your lawn. It looks like you had someone professional come and do it, and we kind of did because groundskeeper Willie is our professional lawn cutter. So I'm going to show you, we've let the grass go over the past 2 weeks. Philip cut it with his mom and dad's lawnmower, I think, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but it grows so fast here because we get lots of rain and then we get lots of sun on the hill. And so I just want to show you the before and after of what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be so nice to have it all cut and done. Okay, so the grass is super long. We got little buttercups and dandelions and some little wildflower, purple little wildflower clovers. Okay, so that is what it's looking like right now. Give you just a little so I can show you at the end from this same view what does it look like. Oh, there's a bug on my lens. You can see what it looks like at the end. And we are not going to cut in the orchard now because the cows are going to be coming down into this area. And so we're just going to pick up a couple more things we have that we've been using. Help cut the tops off of all of the fencing there. So we're going to get those. Dayton picked up a whole bunch of them, but didn't realize there was some on the other side of the fence because it was evening and it was dark in the orchard. So I'm going to grab those, and yeah, we're going to get this all cut today. So we're just doing a couple of things today. I actually have a very exciting day tomorrow. Tomorrow, my aunt, my biological aunt, and her husband are coming to visit us. I didn't share last year when they came for a visit. I hadn't actually seen them in a number of years, more years than I would even love to admit. They have been some people that have been in my life since I was a little girl, always basically since I was born. And my aunt is my godmother also. So this is so amazing that they've decided to spend their holiday to come down and see me and the boys and Philip for their holiday. And we're just so excited that they're coming. So today we're just doing a couple little things, just putting away a couple of my craft things. You know, I usually have some of that out, cutting the lawn, and all of the animals are going to be ready to show everybody. And it's just so exciting. Last time they came, I think we just had the horses and the chickens and the pigs. And of course our cats and dogs. So they haven't met the cows, they haven't seen the piglets, they haven't seen the kitties, and they haven't seen the goaties. There's so much here that they haven't seen on the English homestead since they were here last time. And today I'm hoping to get a chocolate chip banana bread loaf in the oven so that when they get here tomorrow, then we have a nice fresh treat to have. And it's gonna be a really fun couple of days to have them here. I think they're in Nova Scotia in our location for about 5 days. So it's gonna be very nice to have them this week. I absolutely love these little yellow buttercups that we have on our property. And this year we have so many of them.
Just walking the perimeter, what I want him to cut, and then he'll map it out GPS. I think we're connected to a dozen satellites.
That's what that is up there on the deck, is a satellite for the lawnmower.
You'll coordinate perfect lines no matter what your lawn looks like.
So typically before you have guests, you do a ton of house cleaning and you get a whole ton done because you're expecting guests. But this week has been so busy with the boys' final exams, final projects. We've had a lot of other things going on behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about and aren't gonna even see yet. And then also, of course, taking care of the animals, our daily videos, so many things. And so, yeah, the house is just gonna be what it's gonna be when they get here. And that's kind of the nice thing when family visits, is it's no judgment. And our house is actually, it's pretty good. Everything's usually pretty picked up and organized, but you know, just like every house, there's always the odd thing that needs to get done that gets set aside when you have a bunch of animals and children and things to take care of. But we're very excited to have them visit, and the weather is supposed to be very nice. Like, it is an absolutely beautiful day. Like, today's one of those days where I walk around my homestead and I'm like, somebody pinch me, because this is not where I get to live.
Let me catch a snake.
Okay, and it wouldn't be a nice, beautiful day without my husband going and finding a snake somewhere on the property. He was just doing the mapping for the lawn, and he's like, ooh, big snake, big snake, big snake. As he finds snakes in the grass and all over, black flies are out all over the property, and he comes and brings them to show me. He loves them.
Oh, it's beautiful checkered.
Aw.
Gorgeous.
Just harmless little garden snakes.
Whoa, he bit me.
I just said harmless little garden snakes, and you're like, he bit me.
That don't matter.
Ooh, really pretty colors.
Beautiful.
Wow. Gorgeous colors. Look at the checker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand where the lights get them a little different. There we go. Really bright colors. Pretty.
Isn't he sweet? Gotta catch them because I don't want to run them over with the lawnmower.
No.
They do great work around here.
So fun.
So sick.
So thank you for joining us today. We got a whole bunch of stuff done today and a bunch of things behind the scenes that you haven't seen yet, which is very exciting. You're gonna get to see some things coming up this week. And we're very excited that Thursday, we will have all of the rest of the supplies that we need here to complete the stable barn, or to complete the stable. And I have never been more excited about something in my entire life. Getting what we need to finish the stable that we started so long ago. This journey doing our barn has seemed so long, between like getting permits and going through the loops of everything we needed with property and stuff to do that, building the framework, you know, saving up for the next section of what we need, which we're going to get this week, is just absolutely just a dream come true that we're going to be at this part where we can now finish our barn for our horses. So thank you for all the support always on our channel. I can't thank you enough. It's just one of those things that, like, you know, I don't even have words to thank you, because being able to do what we do means that we get to do things like this, and we get to have our animals and get to, you know, grow our homestead and do all the things that we have ever dreamt that we wanted to do. And it's because of your support. So thank you so much. I love you. And I will see you on tomorrow's video. I have to go put a chocolate chip banana loaf in the oven. I'll leave the recipe on our English Homestead Facebook if you want to see it.